Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, there's a lot to talk about. I'm sorry I'm late, but family matters. And stock market crashing? That is a question. Corporations buying homes? Let me know what you think because I dropped a video today which should be explosive. Middle class is gone. 70% of the American population lives paycheck to paycheck, and that's just for starters. And if employment goes down, now we have serious issues for the upper middle class. And welcome to the SSN Nation Friday Night Live Stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm sorry again that I am late because we did have family matters, like I told you guys on Wednesday night, the Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Daughters in town, families in town. So it looks like it's a good weekend thus far. So I came back because you guys know the show always must go on if we can. Well, we're doing it. So once again, we have a lot to talk about because the markets are going up and down in a huge swing. And this thing about corporations buying homes like it's scary or something. The middle class is gone. That's more scarier because, again, middle class has been wiped out. 70% of the population in America. Think about this: 350 million Americans. Out of that 350 million Americans, what if, because the number is skewed a bit, what if less than 200 million? What if it's 180 million? What if it's 200 million people have a job? Out of those 200 million people, 70% is living paycheck to paycheck. And remember, even though there is roughly 350 million Americans, not everybody's over 18. Not everybody qualifies for a job. There's all kind of things that go in between. But if you start talking about 70% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, are we talking about people who make checks, who get checks? What are we actually talking about? But either way, you're talking about more than half of the population. And that also includes people who are making six figures. That's right, six figures. So that's something you should be thinking about right now, because the stock market is going to be your last place of last resort that you're going to be able to get some sort of return on your money. You're not going to leave it in a bank, I hope, because banks steal money. You're not going to leave it in just gold and silver because you're going to have to actually transfer it back into dollars. It's not readily available. So one of the last bastions are equities or outright running a business where you have actual income coming in, profits, hopefully. Now, let's get into it because I am late. And once again, Victor Marrero is here, the retiree, soon to be joining the Mr. Worldwide Club. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday Night Live Stream with that icon next to his name, which I greatly appreciate. And he says his tagline: hello, all, let's do this. And that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. We give you the cold, hard facts. We don't do this jumbo mumbo stuff for the highlight reel on social media. We give you the facts so you can succeed. Laverne Penix is here. Another investor's in the house. Another person that has his nickname, his name here is Mr. Cole. That's right. He's in the house. Hello, SSN Nation is his tagline. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and saw the trailer. Thank you so much for that. That's 2 people in the house with icons next to their name. Also, just so you know, we do have an email list. Please go down to the bottom of the description box on YouTube and on certain podcast pages. Please do that. Now, as well, we have our own WhatsApp group. I'm going to put it in the chat room. We are also live streaming on Instagram under the Stop Struggling Now username. So again, go there, join our WhatsApp group. What's in the WhatsApp group? Anything. SSN Nation and Lifestyle. That's your invitation. I have to accept it. And then just keep in mind with WhatsApp, if you don't see any messages, there's a reason why. It's because when you sign up, they don't let you see all the previous messages. So just keep it in mind. You're not going to, so you may see conversations that people are talking about and not realize it was from a previous time. So just letting you know. But nonetheless, please join us on WhatsApp. Please sign up for our email. It's the newsletter at the very bottom. And smash that like button and share the videos. This is going to be one hell of a live stream. Unfortunately, I was late. Simple wealth formula. Market crash equals buy more stocks. That's what I'm talking about, Victor Marrero. That's right, because we want to make you wealthy, and you have to understand how you become wealthy, how you become financially independent. You have to have stocks, ladies and gentlemen, and all the better if you said, I want dividend stocks. That's all the better. In fact, I'm talking about these guys for the rest of the year. YieldMaxETFs.com. They have a suite of ETFs based on the stock market, but study what it is. It's high risk, high rewards. Anytime somebody tells you you're getting 5%, that's generally low risk. If somebody tells you 7, 8%, that's still generally low risk. As soon as they start saying 10%, that's kind of like, maybe okay. But when you start getting into 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, all of a sudden, hold on now. If that was the case, everybody would be rich if you're giving me that type of returns. Now, that's when you know it's high risk. Is it really high risk? Well, go study YieldMaxETFs.com. Go check it out for yourself. Dividends are incoming in about 7 days for a lot of us. Just go check it out. You would love to get 35%, 30%, 25% on your money, right? Well, that's why you owe it to yourself to go to YieldMaxETFs.com. All right, let's get into it. And Victor Marrero has said it best on this Friday night and early. I'll say it again for everybody on the podcast. Simple wealth formula. Market crash equals buy more stocks. Loading up now. That's exactly your position. Whenever the stock market crashed, that is a buy sell. A buy sign, sorry. A buy sign. So let's get into it. Hold on a second. Let me go. I love that wealth formula. That's one of the best ones. Let's see here. Let me go to CNBC. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All the signs. This is what the big boys are doing, man. Talk about market manipulations. Dow closes down 600 points. NASDAQ enters correction after weak jobs report. So the weak jobs report, okay, triggers a slide in the Dow. Great. Look at this. Intel has its worst day on Wall Street in 50 years. Falls to the lowest price in over a decade. What's going on with those Intel chips? Hold on a second. Doesn't Intel make chips? What's happening? That's a big time market. Somebody ought to start thinking about investing in Intel chips or Intel itself. I'm just saying, this is like a good sign. And oh, by the way, somebody's going to have to explain the correlation between a lower than expected job growth rate and mortgage rates plunged to the lowest level in more than a year after weak employment rate. Since when did a employment rate have anything to do with interest rates for mortgages? Are we serious right now? This is unbelievable. Look at this. The average rate on popular 30-year fixed mortgage dropped 22 basis points to 6.4. Ladies and gentlemen, did we not say last week, did I not say the bull run is upon us? All that's happening right now is the buy signal is flashing, because if the stock market drops even another 600 Dow Jones points, another 1 or 2 percentage points on NASDAQ and S&P 500, you're going to welcome that, because in about 30, 40 days, the Federal Reserve is going to decrease the Federal Reserve rate. That means corporations and everybody's going to be on the bandwagon. Hell yeah, give me that 5.25. Give me that 4.75. Give me that 4.5 interest only loan, so I can go out here and buy up everything so the rich get richer. Well, you want to make sure that you're part of that rich get richer crowd, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The drop followed a weaker than expected monthly employment report, which sent bond yields falling fast. This is lovely. Lovely. The recent high on the 30-year fixed mortgage was 7.52% in late April, and home sales have been falling ever since. Yeah, damn right. They should have just, it drives me crazy. The Federal Reserve, why didn't you raise the interest rates another 0.25, another 0.5 over the last year, so we can just stall this out? We know the answer. It's rhetorical. The answer is they didn't want to bust the balls of the wealthy who had loans already, those adjustable rate loans, because when you owe hundreds of millions of dollars and you just raise the thing to another half a point, you can just start doing 0.5 times $100 million or $150 million or $200 million. You'll see that ain't no chump change. So they save them, and at the same time, they're going to conclude in the next 30 to 45 days, hey, inflation is as low as we need it to go. Even though we didn't get down to 2%, it's 2.5, 2.7, 2.8. Let's go. And that's where everything changes. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The 15-year fixed rate fell to 5.89%, the lowest level since early May 2023. Okay. So now you understand what is about to happen. A lot of people are predicting that the housing market goes down. I don't understand. Where are they getting this? This is not the activity of America. All right? This is not the activity of America. When interest rates go down and all of a sudden people don't buy homes, since when is that? All right, look who else is in the house. James Way is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says, hello, everyone. Got notifications. That's 3 people tonight. And since it's being the beginning of the month, just like Eric, I am late because the rent is too damn high. It's you damn right about that. It does not matter how you're going to slice this, ladies and gentlemen. You can't run. You can't hide. You can hide a different way. If your family has a home and you start stacking up where you don't have to go out there and buy a $442,000, the median price home right now, because why are you going to pay $3,000, $4,000 per month? I don't know. For a home, instead of stacking and think about if you were able to put $4,000 a month into something that gives you simply a 15% return annually. $4,000 a month times 12, 48,000. Well, let's just say 50,000. We'll round up. And so now you're at $7,500 a year. First year. Are you going to reinvest it? Hell yeah. But at the end of 3, 4, 5 years, all of a sudden you're going to like that $1,000, $1,200, or $1,500 check that you don't have to worry about coming in every month. That'll relieve you of a little stress. Let's call it what it is. It's no fun to work 1 job, 2 jobs, have a little bit of money left over regardless of how many jobs you do. It's no fun to start a business and have a little bit of cash left, or multiple businesses. That's no fun. So where else are you going to get money that's going to keep reoccurring for you? There's only a few slivers of hope left. You better get on board and learn some new skills. All right. Byzantine Red is in the house tonight again. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Very happy to see you once again. All right. We're in the house. We're on a beam tonight. You got that right, Byzantine Red. You know what's happening. We got the infrared as well hooked up. Let's go. Now, here we go. We're talking about the stock market right now. So again, I've left a lot of things out over the last 3-4 months with regards to dividend stocks. But on Wednesday, I went into a few that I haven't talked about in a while, like PSEC. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E as in Eric, C as in Charles, around 14% return annually on your dividends. That's right. ORC, also around 14% on your dividends. That's 14% annual return. And if you reinvest by when you get the dividends every month and you reinvest, you buy additional shares. So now you're going to actually keep building without you having to add any more money. But it always helps out if you add a little bit more money, but it is what it is. If you want reoccurring money, you have to put your money into reoccurring money places. You're not going to go out here anymore, ladies and gentlemen, and do high risk, high reward stuff unless you are able to do it. You're not going to do this. Hey, we're going to just throw money over here and hope it works, throw money over there. Now you have to be more strategic. 70% of people living paycheck to paycheck in America. But what you don't know is that's a 30-day period. During the 30-day period, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's right. Sometime during the month, one of their paychecks that come in, they're living paycheck to paycheck. That's 78%. That actually wipes out the upper middle class. So after 3 years, no, before 3 years, the upper middle class will be wiped out. That'll only leave the top 10 to 15% are going to be the wealthier class. That means you're going to have to make $150,000 to $200,000. I'm sorry to tell you this. So get on board. Get on board right now. Now, the real question is this. I went over this earlier today in my video. $400,000 home with a 20% down payment and a 30-year fixed mortgage, facing monthly payment of $2,200. But you're going to have to pay insurance on property taxes. And if they're doing people like how they're doing it, that could be 1.2% for property taxes, 1.5, 1%. Let's just go with 1%, which is a rarity, but that'd be $4,000 a year. So now add 400 onto that number. So now you're at 2,640, right? Your insurance, you don't know what it is. They could say $4,000 also annually. Add another 4. You're at 3 G's. And you haven't even done anything yet. You haven't even mowed the lawn. You haven't even paid your water, sewer, and garbage. You haven't paid any of your energy bills, and heaven forbid a maintenance issue arises. You haven't even done any of that, and you're paying 3 G's a month. And if you have an HOA, you're into the threes, $3,200, $3,400, $3,500. If you're in Florida, it could be $1,500, $1,200 more. You could be at 4 G's. That's right. Now, do you want to buy this? Or do you want to buy something else that gets you money in your pocket if you're going to waste $80,000, $90,000, $100,000? Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got everybody in the house. Make sure if you come here, please smash the like button. The YouTube gods don't show us any love. Man, if you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, let's go. I'm a little excited. I'm a little happy because I'm anxiously awaiting the people that believe corporations are buying homes. I'm anxiously awaiting. I dropped a video earlier today. It was 30 minutes. It was long because I want to show somebody something. Victor Marrero, James Way, Laverne Penix, Byzantine Red. I want to show you guys something because a lot of people don't believe that you're being watched out here. Some people are being watched out here. I just want to point out, I pointed this out in the video. You guys know the last 4 or 5 years, I used to pull up the mortgage calculator on Google, and I used to put in the amount of whatever you're going to purchase it for, the interest rate, and then you would include fees and taxes and things like that, which is all there. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. It looks the same, right? You would just simply Google. We do stuff like this, mortgage calculator. Here we go, mortgage calculator. I kind of already had it, but we do mortgage calculator, and then we just do the Google one. This would what would pop up. And so then we would just do something like this. We just go, okay, 400,000 is going to be the loan. Wait, that's way more. Okay, 400,000. And then we would do stuff like click on includes taxes and fees. Look at this. That's a $500,000 house, $100,000 down payment, which is 20%, $3,480. That's where we're at. And their taxes and fees, which I don't know what the fees mean, but that is at 7.5. So what used to show up is this home insurance. Let me know who has a house that has insurance now of $1,750. Is there anybody here that has a house and they only pay $1,750? I mean, let me know, because most homes are worth more than $175,000 in America. All right. So let me know. So what they're not showing now that they used to show would be the accumulation of how much you paid over the course of that time, including your interest. They don't show it anymore. All right. Just think about that. It used to just populate like right here. And they would say something like at the end of your 30 years, it wouldn't say that, but it would say like 30 years. And they would say 400,000 loan. And then it would say interest of 419,000, 420,000, not realizing you actually paid $800,000. So 30 years later, your house should be worth $800,000, right? You paid that much, but people forget you also paid water, sewer, and garbage. You also paid maintenance and upkeep. You also paid for new appliances. Let's get real. You're not even calculating any of those maintenance bills, all liabilities, but you're going, well, I can sell my house for $1 million. You better be able to sell your house after 30 years for $1 million if you paid 400 or 500 for it. You paid that with your interest included and all the rest of the bills you have for the house. So again, I love this subject matter greatly. All right, let's see. Victor Marrero, he comes in and says, plus those who are doing okay, many of them are working multiple jobs. Exactly. I know a few folks who have 2 jobs during the week, 1 job on the weekends. Like you said, that is not life. Exactly. That is not the life you want to live, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I gotta tell you, I'm one of the fortunate guys. My parents, my dad was in the military. I lived all over the world. And I didn't live in any ghettos. I didn't live in any hood. I didn't live in none of that. All right. So I can't even relate in reality. I know it exists. I know I've been in hoods. I know I've been in certain sections of town you shouldn't be in. Now, a lot of people have been in that, but it ain't like I lived there. All right. So there's a distinct difference. So so that's why when I say that ain't life, you should always try to be better than you are, right? I'm going into some sort of motivational thing, but listen to me. There's nothing wrong with how you start. It's how you end. That's what it is. Everybody has bumps in the road. Everybody has issues in their life. You're not the only one, but it's not how you started. It's what you strive to do to be the better person and get to a certain point where you go, I'm out. I'm in a better position, so now I can do something. If that takes 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15, 20, so be it. But the fact of the matter is, don't sit there and wallow in whatever bad situation you were in. Today's a new day. Let's go. All right, now let's get into the further part of this, because Victor Marrero, I like this right here, because there's a lot of you who may sit out here and go, well, damn, this dude had it all good. Okay, no, we still had to work hard no matter what. That's the beauty of America. Anybody can come here and be badass financially. You just got to put in the work. And yes, I worked 2 jobs. I was one of these guys. All right. Okay. We're not talking, I don't talk about BS around here like it's a made up crap that a lot of these YouTubers do. I do this stuff. So my coworkers at Delta Dental, they'll tell you I work the graveyard shift. They still work there right now. Shout out to my boys. Been a long time. Right? They're still working there right now. I left there like 30 years ago. Okay? But the point I'm trying to make is I would get off graveyard at Delta Dental, drive 45 minutes to Woodland, and be at work at Blue Shield, California, for another 8 hours. Oh no, it wasn't for 1 month. It wasn't for 6 months. It wasn't for a year. Come on. Had to put in work, ladies and gentlemen. And all the while, I'm still doing exit strategy. Okay, I can do this. I can get that office over there. I can start this business right here. Maybe I'll just start this business over here on the side, even though I only have 8 hours a day. Plus, I have my daughter with me. So you have to keep in mind, I'm doing all of this crazy stuff. It's crazy when you're working 16 hours a day, 45-minute drive, 17 hours. You only have 5 or 6 hours of sleep every day, Monday through Friday. I didn't do weekends. But the point is, you can relate when you do two jobs. You can relate when you do 2 jobs, and then on Friday and Saturday, you're trying to do your side hustle. How many people actually done that, right? So then when people say, well, Eric, you got ahead. I said, you're damn right. What are you talking about? Of course I did, because I was putting in the extra work. What do you think? I wanted to work at one of those jobs for 30 years? Come on, I was only in my 20s. It's ridiculous. I couldn't see myself like, damn, man, I might not be making enough money living paycheck to paycheck. This could be a bad thing. We don't want to do a bad thing like that. I mean, it's good for some people, but for me, I was like, no, hell no. I don't want to do that. I want to go have some fun. Who wants to work till they're 60 and then now 60 something, then retire? Your lifespan is only 77 for men, 79 for women. And of course, if you're married, it might be longer. But that's the average age. What number? Let me ask everybody here tonight. Stop playing with yourself out here. Do you think it's a good idea to go from 18 to 65, 66, 60, and then all of a sudden you might die at 17 years for a man on average? So while you do 40 years or 50 years of work, you get 17. And in those 17, now you don't make the same money you made, because prime time is what? 20, it's 30. It's like, sorry, I can't remember the numbers actually now. It's 20, 29 or 30. Can't remember. It's like 29, 28 to 54 is your prime time money making years. All right. So what are you going to do? You want to work 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day, 15 hours a day? Because this is a little, middle class is gone. While you guys are working all these jobs, middle class is gone, because now your paycheck isn't going up the same as inflation under any circumstance. It doesn't matter if this was 1995, 2005, 2015, 2024. Wages have never gone up the same amount as inflation. So therefore, you're always behind the 8 ball. Always. And you guys out here buying liabilities like cars, maxing credit cards out that you're going to pay 20% on, 15% on. This is what you guys out here doing. Instead of going, you know what, man, I better be making some moves out here, so then I have money coming in on a rainy day, or something happens down the line, I can sell something. And yeah, it may not be liquid, might take 2 or 3 months, but at least you say I can sell something and have a few $100,000. That's what you should be thinking about. It's not all about, I need the best clothes, the best shoes, the best cars. Sooner or later, you have to remember that is a construct, that is marketing, that is advertising, and they've been fooling y'all for the last 100 years. So this brings me up to another thing here. This brings me up to something else. I'm going to give you guys a little short story. You can Google this, De Beers Group. You guys understand. Here's the funniest thing. I used to be at the jewelry mart because when I started those 2 jobs, like I mentioned, when I was very young, I had 2 jobs. I was doing something on the weekends as well. And those somethings I dabbled in. I was like, you know what? The markup for diamonds and jewelry is outrageous. I said, you know what? I need to study this a little bit. Let me go. So I go to the jewelry mart in San Francisco, LA. I actually go there during the week. I actually have a wholesale license and everything so I can get in, resale permits and everything, because I had a company that I created. Not that I was doing business, but I had the paperwork so I can get in. I go see these guys. They start showing me diamonds. They start going, yeah, you know, this VV, yeah, this and that and the other. Start giving me these things and showing me, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And this guy's like, this is like $2,000. This is like $3,000. This is like, you know how much you can sell that in the store for? I'm like, how much? They're like, man, you can sell that for like 25 to 35,000. Just depends on the setting. I was like, wait, these are diamonds, right? He's like, yeah. And you can see the carbon inside or lack of carbon inside. And I'm like, are you serious right now? He's like, man, them jewelry stores, they're doing 10-time markups, 20 times markups in some instances because you love what it looks like. You're in the right place at the right time. If you ever want to do diamonds and you start giving me diamond lessons. So then I run into the De Beers Group and I'm just like, wait, you guys are hoarding diamonds? Yeah, we keep them in Europe or some nonsense like that is what they said. I was like, come on. Are you serious right now? They go, yeah, we purposely make it seem like there's limited edition because then everybody pays more. Guess what? They've been doing it ever since the 1920s. You know, when movies came out, TV shows came out, what you guys don't understand is before that, now everybody understands you get on one knee, propose to a woman, you're supposed to give her a diamond engagement ring. When you marry her, you're supposed to give her an engagement ring. Where did that come from? The movies and TV, De Beers Group and all the diamond guys hooked up with Hollywood and said, show this when you propose marriage. They said, sure. And that is why you believe diamonds are worth as much as they are. They are not rare. They're everywhere. But De Beers Group has been buying them up and hoarding them for the last 100 years. Just saying. All right. So you guys have been fooled this whole time. Now, I'm going to give you some more stories because you guys are out here playing around with yourselves for the longest. In the 1980s, it was unbelievable what was happening. Some people now would say, oh, that's normal. But can you imagine in 1980, people are wearing jeans that everybody wears now that are looking like they're ripped or torn? They used to pay $150 to $300 to $400 for those type of jeans. You heard me. It was unbelievable. I used to sit there and be like, that is crazy. That's real crazy. And of course, that means you're in the upper class, right? So that's what everybody loves. They like to go me, me, me. Look at me, the peacock, right? So people are out there buying all this stuff, these clothes that are expensive. Basically, Hollywood types would be wearing this stuff. And people are like, and then they go, oh, Calvin Klein. I'm like, who's Calvin? I'm like, who cares about that? Underwear, Victoria's Secrets, lingerie-esque underwear. I'm just like, just because it has that name on it, you guys are willing to pay 10 times the amount? Do you know where that's made? They're like, oh, yeah, it's made in a special factory. I'm like, dudes, are you serious right now? What special factory? I'm like, oh, it has their name brand on it, stitched on it. That's where they're making it at. I'm like, come on, man. You guys can't believe this. Seriously? Have you guys been down to LA in the garment district? New York garment district? No. I suggest you go take a trip down there. Okay. So the bottom line of the story is a lot of people, even to this day, do not understand a lot of these products are made and always have been made in the Asian market. That's where the cheapest labor has always come from. So now, hear me out. Let's just say I don't know where Calvin Klein made theirs, but I'll use there as an example. Calvin Klein, because they have the patch on there and it's stitched on there and says it. What you guys don't know is at the factory, there are what we call mess ups, right? There's a problem. Some of the stitching might have been off down at the bottom. Some of the stitching might have been off somewhere. A little color difference. All kind of stuff. The patch was not put on exactly right. So there's like 10 to 15% of that product is sitting over here in a bin. But you guys don't know it. So then these guys, what do they do with the ones in the bin? They go out the back door. They're worthless. They're sold around the world. And you guys don't know the difference. And you're thinking there's a difference because one used to be, I don't know how much they cost now, used to be like $150. And the other ones that are knockoffs are $25. But hey, those $25 ones, they're knockoffs. They're bogus. They're no good. I'm just saying. You guys have been played for a long time. You need to get out. It's worldwide out here. They're jacking you. Now, what are you going to do about it now? Change your habits? All right, absolutely. I can relate to that hard work. I was also one of those guys with multiple jobs while going to college. I was even a bingo caller at nighttime at the F.T. Buchanan Club in Puerto Rico. There we go. Exactly. Fort Buchanan Club in Puerto Rico. Victor Morero knows exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Multiple jobs. Look, here's the funniest part. I'll give you guys a story because I played at Sonoma State basketball. All right. And I was a starter on the team. So I'll just leave it at that. We're on radio. We have a little TV, even though we're D2. And there's the biggest college in the area in Rohnert Park. The Santa Rosa Community College wasn't that big. And so we're the guys in that area, Northern California, Marin County and all that, right? Up on that side. So here I am playing at basketball in college. But you know what? I had a business, D Bird, D as in David Bird Company. And I did that. I sold stuff in the concession stands. I got approval from the NCAA to do it because back then there was none of this NIL stuff. So I had to get approval from the NCAA to sell stuff in the concession stands while I was playing hoops. So after the game, all the fellas are walking to the, locker room. I go in the concession stands to collect my money. Hey, come on. Talk about crazy. And I didn't tell nobody. The only people that knew about it was the athletic director, my coach, and the people in the concession stands. When I'd come back there, they would see stuff being sold, but they just thought it was just from Sonoma State. I come in and see the manager and say, hey, man, how many sold or what sold? And I'm collecting money. Then I get into the locker room and I don't even say nothing because everybody thinks I just play hoops. Meanwhile, I got stuff on TV. Before they had Shop HQ and all these other shopping shows, they had this in the 80s. I was on a show where the guy did bingo and shopping at the same time. He would turn it into an auction. So every night during the week, I got stuff being sold at this auction channel. So during the week, I go over to Santa Rosa and pick up a check. So I was going to school, and then you want to know what else? I was doing pizza delivery. Because why? I'd get cash for tips. So when I would show up for pizza delivery, some of the guys, the kids and adults would be like, you look like that guy that plays basketball for Sonoma State. I am that guy. Oh my God, are you kidding me? No way. I'm like, they're like, what are you doing out? I'm making money. That's what I'm out here doing. They're like, I'll be damned. People were shocked when I showed up at their door. Not everybody knew me, a few people, but it was funny as hell. I loved it best when the kids would be there because the parents would answer the door. They would say, okay, how much do we owe? Or here's the money, whatever. And then the kid would be standing there going, Mom, do you know who this is? You know who this is? This is the guy that plays basketball that we just saw last week. Don't you know who this is? That was the best ones. I'm telling you, all of this stuff that you guys have gone through and you think other people haven't gone through, we went through it. It's not always peaches and cream out here, ladies and gentlemen, no matter even if it is peaches and cream, because somebody's always trying to knock you off your perch. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's get into it. Who disagrees with anything I'm saying about this corporations buying homes? Who's afraid of that? Let me know if you're afraid of it. If you feel like, hey, I'm trying to buy a house and I'm being abused because I have to pay more because of corporations, because all these guys on YouTube keep telling me corporations are bad. Wall Street is bad for buying homes. Okay, there's quite a few problems with that type of scenario. When you know there's 4 million, 5 million homes sold every year, unless somebody can show me some criteria that says Wall Street is buying up 2 million or 3 million of those $4 or $5 million homes, then what are you bitching about? They're not even buying 1 million homes a year. And notice I said a year. Just because there's 1.7 million homes for sale right now, do you really think corporations are out here buying up liabilities such as homes and spending on average $442,000? Are you serious? That is ludicrous. Check what you're saying. Check what you're thinking. Because in real life, you know good and well when you close on a house or a condo or a townhome, you know good and well insurance is already, you done called up insurance already. You already had to put money down for your insurance for your house if it's not included in your mortgage. I mean, what are we saying here? You already know the bills that are coming. Your property tax bill is coming in the next 30 to 45 days. Your sewer, water, and garbage bill, that's coming in the next 45 days, and then every month thereafter. You know that electricity bill, you don't know how much it's going to cost. You just have an idea. But you know in 30 to 45 days an electric bill's coming. You're not getting out of this. You know it's coming. So again, that's the same thing with a corporation buying the house. So what are you telling me? You're telling me they're going to buy the house and then rent it out? Serious? You're going to buy a house for $442,000. And then what? Sit back and wait as somebody pays you $2,800 a month after they only gave you like 80,000 of the 440? Think about this. You think that's a good business operation? I don't see where it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. I don't see how you think it is. I don't see how all these YouTubers think that's a good business practice. That is not a good business practice. That I'm now, Victor Marrero is here tonight. Also, Laverne Penix is here. These guys do I think Laverne Penix does long-term rentals. I'm not sure. But Victor Marrero, I know, does long-term rentals. Here's the thing about that. Long-term rentals, you can do it, but you better have a place that needs to be rented. Because any day that it's sitting vacant or any month it's sitting vacant, you are liable for 100% of cost. So if you're in a situation, Victor Marrero has his in a high rental location, if I remember right. So therefore, and the person has lived there so long that he's done the right thing. He's like, well, I barely even have raised their rent over the course of all these years, which is the wise thing to do. But do you think corporations care about the wise thing to do? Hell no. They're out here saying, you know what? Any homes we own, forget all that. We know we owe $2,000 or $1,800 per month. But hell, if we rent to somebody else, it's got to be 3 G's, $3,500. Because why are we doing this? Why are we spending $400,000 just to get $1,000 in a month? $12,000 a year. If you wanted that, you might as well just stuck your money in a 10% JEPI stock ETF. and get your 9 to 10% annually, and that's 40 G's. That's 2 G's a month that you're getting. So why are you wasting your money on buying something that you're going to have to maintain? So now some people would say, well, Eric, they're doing things like America's for Home or whatever it is, these lease option, rent to own homes and all this stuff. I said the same thing applies. I said the only reason they're going to do anything is not what you would be doing. They're flipping the paper or the house. That's it. They're not going to be riding this for 15 to 30 years. There's nothing in it for them over 15 or 30 years. Not from a corporation standpoint. We don't care about $12, $15, $20,000 annually. Why are we giving up $400,000 for that? Or be on the hook for $400,000 for that? We need to make 10% minimum, 40 G's. So that means we have to get $2,000 more than what we would have to pay somebody else back. So again, these are the type of things that I always get a little bent about when people start going, oh my God, the corporations are buying homes. Let's get into the middle class, ladies and gentlemen. It's late. All right. Make sure you smash that like button. It's pretty deep in here tonight. I didn't have much to talk about, but I got a lot to say. All right. Archilla Kevin has joined us on Instagram. Thank you so much for being in the house. Rockefeller in the house as well. Hey, in the chat room, say hello and make sure you smash the like, the follow, the arrow, whatever it takes to make sure the YouTube gods and the social media gods know that we are live all the time. We try to do it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. And every once in a while, we have multiple live streams, especially when we do InstaVid type video IDs. InstaVid AI, which is a new product that's coming out that helps people with social media. And you could actually make a friends and family investment, or used to. If you want to, make sure you search the channel or search the videos or search the podcast for InstaVid AI and see what comes up. You get in touch with Oscar, info, and InstaVid AI. Ask him how you can possibly get involved with the startup. All right. See if you can get that friends and family. Make sure you mention SSN Nation. Now, smash that like button. That would be greatly appreciated. All right. All right. We don't have too much going on in the house tonight because once again, it's Friday night, just got paid, party's bumping. Let's go. So I thank you so much for being here. That's greatly appreciated. Now, let's get into something else, shall we? Where is that? Is that the one it was? Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, this is where I wanted to go back to. Mortgage rates plunged to the lowest level in more than a year after weak employment report. That's going to be very interesting because, again, mortgage rates is what's going to drive the next revolution, which is going to change it to where you are going to have to be in the upper middle class, the upper 20% of income range. You're going to have to be basically the 15% to the 1% if you want to buy a home, because when they get to 600,000 is the average price, which I think is what we're going to see in about 2 years, then that's going to be a problem because you're going to have to make over 150,000 with no credit other than your house. If you have car, if you have any other credit cards or any other liabilities, or they might change this altogether where they allow 50% loan to debt to income ratio, which is a disaster. All right. I'm just like, okay, look, you guys get pen, pads, and paper ready, because what you don't understand is statistics don't lie. The numbers don't lie. If you start getting 30% or 36% debt to income ratio, there's a big difference. People who have these 36 over 30 debt to income ratio, you're at a higher risk of defaulting. That's a fact. That comes out in the stats. All right. Victor Moreau, I think he actually knows what the number is, but that's the fact of the matter. And the reason why is because they let you get away with just what I described. They go, oh, your mortgage is only going to be $2,200, but you make $6,600 a year or $6,600 a month. So you're good at 30%. But what may not be included oftentimes with these mortgage companies, they don't include the insurance, your property taxes. So now you really are going to be paying 31 or 3,200. And now that's almost 50% of income gone. Your paycheck says another number. Ultimately, your tax liability will matter. So next thing you know, you're like living paycheck to paycheck because you have a car too that you have a loan on. So now it's kind of dicey. Now you need two members of the household to make more money because the average price, the average wage in America is not $100,000. Unfortunately, it's not even 70,000. So this is where the problem comes in. You need two household incomes just to live paycheck to paycheck, which is scary. All right, let's go. Let's see. Victor Morel, absolutely. I can relate to that hard work. Okay. Anybody want to make comments over here? You can. This is the No Guru Zone. If you want to make comments in the chat room, we don't charge. All right. Some places charge to show comments or talk about the comments. Not here. Because if you have a question, no question goes unanswered. We have other people here that can help you out. And we're trying to get you to financial freedom. But the only way to financial freedom is to understand what's going on so you can react to it. And what's going on is Federal Reserve is going to decrease interest rates in the next 45 days. The mortgage company has already started to help. They've dropped the mortgage rate without the Federal Reserve dropping interest rates. They're just setting this up so they can drop it down to 5%, below 5%, 4.95. I think this is what's going to happen in 45 days. They're setting it up beautifully. It's not going to be 7. It's not going to be 6.75 or 6.25. These guys are going to be in the 5s. They're trying to set this. They're already in the 5s. Mortgage rates plunged. They said it's 6.4. They dropped it 22 basis points for a few people that have great credit. 6.4. They're going to be in the 5. Do you guys not understand? If this gets into the 5.75s, 5.95s, people will be out here buying. Because I'm going to put it to you plain and simple. 400,000 times 5.5 for a house is what people are paying for a apartment or condo. 22, 25, 28, $3,000 per month for an apartment condo. So when it gets under 5, people will start buying. It's that simple. All right. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's go. I'm not going to be on too long tonight. It's Friday night. Just got paid. I was a little bit late. We have family here, and let's call it what it is, even though it is late, still late. It's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And also, make sure wherever you are, show some love. Smash the love, the like, the hearts, the whatever button to make sure the YouTube guys know that you're here. Now, let's get into some other things because, quite frankly, where do you go from here? You either go get your dividend stocks, you either buy a business like it's Shark Tank, all right? Because of people aren't paying attention to what's going on. Why would there be billionaires on a show called Shark Tank? Does anybody ever wonder? Because remember, they got you out here thinking, hey, you know what? Once you become rich, you're just going to sit on a yacht. You don't have to report for duty anywhere. Life is going to be a breeze. Guess what? It never stops. No matter if you have billions, hundreds of millions, 2 million, 500,000, 100,000, or nothing. It never stops. So this is why you have people who are billionaires and multimillionaires on Shark Tank, because they know if I go out here and want to invest in a company, I have to go looking for that, first of all. Second of all, do I want to invest in a startup where 9 out of 10 fails, or a business where 9 out of 10 fails? I mean, either way, the odds are the same. So why would I want to have my pay people to go find me these maybe great deals when I can actually bring them to me? And some of them already have sales going. They actually have a storefront. They've actually done the hard work. All they need is an influx of cash plus my name, and they're off to the races. That's why you have millionaires and billionaires, because they understand just because whatever's selling today may not be selling 3 years from now. And that's how business works. If you're a billionaire, millionaire, a business owner, you have lost businesses. Nobody is 100% a winner. You're going to fail more times than you're going to win when you're in business. But a lot of people don't feel comfortable with losing because you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So this is why the middle class will be gone as it is now. The upper middle class is next, because we don't have enough people that has learned entrepreneurship, who is willing to just say, you know what, let me throw caution to the wind. Let me do what I think I can do best and help other people, or do this for other people, whatever product and service. Because you think about, I don't have insurance. I might not be able to make enough to pay for this liabilities that I have. So therefore, I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to do the paycheck to paycheck thing. I know. I used to work right beside the guys. When I would tell them, hey, man, look, you can't keep doing this. Yes, I know we're in the union. Yes, I know. But look at the numbers. If you stay here for 20 years, yes, great. You're going to have this. You're going to have your 401. But you know you can do your own 401k, right? You can do your own Roth IRA, right? You know this, right? No, we don't know that. Yes, go look it up. You understand everything that you're doing here, you can do yourself. The only thing here is, do you work for a company you know a check's coming in? They would say, oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to work here 20, 25 years. I'm good. And I'm going to get promoted and all that. Nah. I said, okay, I get you. But there's a big world out here. You don't care about checking things out? They're like, yeah, I get vacation a week or two a year. It's going to be 3 years after I work here for 5 or 7 years. I'm like, that's your expectations? That's you? That's fine. Do you? For me, I just don't see why I should be working somewhere for 50 weeks and get 1 or 2 weeks of vacation and a week of sick time. When am I supposed to get off? Oh, you mean like the 5 holidays? I mean, what are we talking about here? That's what always used to bug me. I'm sitting there talking to my coworkers and they're all like, nah, I'm good. I said, but what happens if they lay you off? Then what? I mean, you have to have contingency plans. That's what you need right now, because the upper middle class, if you don't have contingency plans on how to make money past 2024, you're going to be hurt. Okay, I keep bringing this up every live stream. You're going to be hurting. 3 years, that's all you have. You don't even have that, because the mortgage guys already started lowering to 6.4. And this means that when they drop it next month, it could be down to 5.95 or 5.75. This could be drastically dropping so people can go out here and buy homes, which spurs the economy. That puts money into the marketplace. So this is what you have to think about. Homes will be off the table. Just forget about it. If you're not making $175,000, $200,000 and up as a household income, forget buying homes, because they're going to be 600, 700, 1,000, 800, a mil, 1.5, 1.7. Just wrap. It's a wrap. You just get to live in ordinary situations where the housing costs 300, 200, 500. Well, even then, 200, 300, and you're going to have to live in a southern state, Midwest state, rural kind of areas. That's it. Because in the city, that's where everybody's going to live. You ain't. No, the rent's not going to be $2,000 for a 2-bedroom. All right. They're going to block you in. You're going to be blocked out because of the price of everything. They have to increase it for, if you own it or you're a corporation, you're going to be paying more property tax, insurance. It's just going to keep rising. So therefore, you can't just keep it steady. You can't just say, oh, yeah, your rent will be $2,000 for 10 years. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to raise it. And so your options are going to be limited on what you're going to be able to do. Starting a business is going to be harder and harder as well, because they're going to start making requirements. If they start doing anything like any payments coming in at $700 or $1,000, and you got to write it down and track it, send it to the IRS, that's just another added layer. And that added layer means that now you're going to go, hey, accountant, now your money, any profits, now you have to pay the accountant or somebody that's going to do your books. Because no way are you going to be able to do this yourself. So see, all this comes into play that people don't realize. So if my government tells me, hey, Eric, we want to give you health care for all, people do not understand the significance. You're sitting there like, no, I don't think that's right. You don't understand. That means moms and pop businesses do not, now they don't have to worry about not getting some of the better talent to work with them, because a lot of people will get paid less or receive less because they love the place. But you can't offer them health care. If you could offer them health care, they'll be like, hell yeah, man, I'll be down there. I don't mind. I love what you're doing. I don't mind getting paid like 3 G's a month, even though my talent says 5 G's a month, but I like what you're doing. I want to grow with your company. But right now, you can't get hardly anybody to work with you and help you grow your company when you can't give them any benefits. And from a business standpoint, you can't give benefits. It costs way too much. You got to pay half of the health care, plus you got to pay the other half of the FICA. So somebody gets paid $20 an hour. FICA, I don't know what it would be for. I don't even know. $3 maybe of it an hour. I don't know what it is. But whatever the FICA is, so you're thinking you're getting paid $20 an hour. The business might be paying $23 an hour. See, that's what people don't realize, because they're covering the other half of your FICA. And then if they give you any benefits, they're paying out of their pocket or they're sharing with you now. But that would eliminate a big thing for business if everybody had healthcare in America. Like there's 30 nations that have healthcare for all. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, America's #1 developed nation, allegedly. And there's 30 behind us, 31 behind us that has healthcare for all their citizens. All right, this is so ludicrous, and people don't understand what that would do. That by itself would change the game. That would allow mom and pop businesses to stay in business and employ better employees. That's what it would do. And now you're seeing the flip side of not having that is because people go, come on, you guys know, just say it with me. You know, when you go to places, you're going, man, people on their phones, people don't care, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, let me ask you something. If you go to work and you get paid $20 an hour, no health care, no benefits, no sick times, sick days, how enthused would you be there? And not a livable wage. $20 an hour is not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. Sure, you can live somewhere, maybe with roommates or something, but it's not going to cut it. That's only $800 a week. And you haven't even taken out taxes yet. Haven't even taken out my healthcare coverage yet that I'm going to participate in. You pay half, I pay half, boss. I mean, and that's not going to take care of my child care either. Hell, child care is going to be more than $800 for the week. Let's get real. So this is where we're at. And there's nothing you can do to change it. Oh, well, I shouldn't say nothing. There are things you can do in the socio-economic system that we live in. And that is, you can hopefully get people in place in a government position that can help families and you make more money. But beside that, you have to create it yourself, because businesses, they're most one of the most expensive parts of a business is your employees. So that's why no matter the big tech companies that make all this money, that's why you find them laying off 1,000 people, 200 people, 500 people. Start thinking about why, when you give them some of the top tier, they're competing for talent. So you have a person come work for you that makes $150,000 a year. You play the other half of FICA. You give them full health care, which could be $200 a month, $300 a month. Then you're paying for their sick days as well, and all whatever else that it entails. And you're paying them over $200,000+ a year with their benefits. And you do that 100, 200, 300 times, all of a sudden you're seeing $4, $5, $6 million that you're saving if you don't have those employees. And that's top heavy. And now you're like, okay, I saved that. So what if we give all the rest of the workers that are here another job, but we're going to pay them the same, which is what happened, right? Okay. So now that I'm going to get off my soapbox, and we'll stop this live stream. I want to thank everybody on Instagram. If you're still here, that was interesting. Also, let me know what else you guys, anybody else thinking about anything. I know it's late. I know it's Friday night, but hopefully you'll see us on Monday on the Money Making Monday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Now, lastly, what can you do? You can do pre-construction properties if you have credit. No, if you have credit issues, no credit check, no qualifying. I have discussed Dominican Republic over the last 5 years, 4.5, 5 years, and we were doing real good. Everything was looking pretty good. What do I mean by that? I mean, 1 bedrooms, 60, 70, 80 grand. 2 bedrooms, 199, 110, 120, 130. You can still get, well, no, 2 bedrooms you can't. But my point being is people got in at those prices, and those are the winnable prices. Again, depending on location, you can ride the wave up to 250,000. Once you get past that, now you have to hope that the area grows to where you can charge people 1% a night of what you paid for your real estate, because the rent is too damn high. But that's not the whole thing. The whole thing is just like a corporation. You're not buying this to hold. You're buying it to hold and do something. Short-term rentals. Does the short-term rental make sense, or does the long-term rental make sense? And how much do you want to make? So again, I mention this every day, every live stream, is because people do not understand how investment works with real estate. They just hear, oh, people made all this money with short-term rentals, or people made all this money with long-term rentals, month to month. People made all this money by flipping. People made all this money by wholesaling. All of these things take time and expertise, except when you do pre-construction. No expertise needed. Here's the expertise that you need for pre-construction or real estate in general if you're going to do short-term rentals or long-term rentals. I myself make it easy. I just go 1%. If I'm buying something, you know what? I saw something today that is pretty awesome. It's in Los Corrales, 3-bedroom, 5-bathroom, penthouse unit. I think it's probably 3 blocks from La Bruja. I could not believe what I would. In fact, I'm going to show you right now because it's from our friend, Jeremiah, which we have a deal where I should show you guys because I mean, I get paid, right? I should show you guys. Here's the price. You're not going to believe it. I'm going to tell you before I show you. $280K. You heard me. 3-bedroom, 5-bathroom, top floor penthouse unit in Los Corrales, $280K. Let me see if I can still pull it up. Unbelievable. Let me see if I can get it. Come on. Tell me he still got it. I'll hit him up if I can. Where's he at? There he is. Check Check this out. We sell DR. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Look, 3-bedroom, 5-bath, $280K. Can you believe this right now? And I don't know if it's fully furnished. I got to hit him up. It could be. That's in Hermosa. All right. That's Hermosa in Los Corrales. Some of us who went to the first Punta Cana Investors Forum, they actually went there. And we went and saw the 2-bedroom unit that's there. We didn't see this 3-bedroom, 5-bath penthouse unit because if right now $280K is a steal. You want to know why it's a steal? Because they're selling 2-bedroom penthouse units inside Vista Cana that are only 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a terrace, just like this one, that are roughly only 1,000 square feet for $250,000 pre-construction. And you can have this one for $280, 3-bedroom, 5 bathrooms, $280. And that's the asking price. That's incredible. That is incredible when you think about it. I'm going to show this again because this is incredible. I wish it was on his page. Let me see if it's on his page, though, on his Instagram. I'll get Jeremiah's number. Let me see. Did he? Oh, he didn't put it in as. He didn't put it in there. But here, check this out. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm on the wrong page. Check this out. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. I'm not on the screen. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Look at this. This is crazy. Might even include the furniture. I haven't talked to him. But this is simple. It's a condo project, though. There's not amenities. I mean, there's a fitness center and a pool. But you're within Los Corrales area. So you're 3 blocks from La Bruja when you walk. And the blocks are long. I'm not going to lie. They're like New York City blocks. All right. They're long. They're not like, I think to me, they're probably about 75 yards. So that's about what it is. Something like that. So just letting you know, that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. All kind of stuff. And here's the thing right here. Victor Marrero, no, I don't have any updates because I'm not really trying to market that. The reason why is because of the situation, what we're talking about right now. That 3-bedroom is $280K. Penthouse unit. 3-bedroom, 5 baths. I'm like, with the full kitchen. I'm like, appliances and everything's already there. AC units already there. I mean, it's like, so you go out to Poseidonia and hold on, let me do something. Let me see if I can pull something up here. You go out to Poseidonia and they're selling 2-bedroom condos for $300,000. I mean, this is crazy. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this is real crazy. Damn it. No, I don't want that. I don't have the price. I don't have the price list handy. Well, actually, hold on a second. This is for Victor Marrero. I'm going to do this right here. Here's the update. I'll give you the update just a second. We're going to do this real quick. Let's go with
Come on.
All right. So just for you, Victor Marrero, I brought the Dropbox out. So I can only show on screen right now. I can't even share because I'm on my phone. But I'll show you the price list so people can see I'm not even BSing. You're like I said, 2-bedroom, 1,400 square feet, roughly 1,300 square feet, and you can see the prices for yourself and see what's already reserved. Look, this is no joke. Look, here's Poseidonia. Look at the prices: 364,000 for a 2-bedroom. These are not even fully furnished, but they do have the apply. Oh no, sorry, they are fully furnished at Poseidonia. Look at all the one. There's only a few. 350, 364 for 2-bedroom units. That's crazy. 1-bedroom units, $243,000, fully furnished, 800 square feet. 1-bedrooms, fully furnished, second floor, 243. You guys seeing this? Or do you see the 2-bedroom unit number 303? Look at 303, unit 303, 2-bedroom for $456,000. Do you see all the ones that's reserved? People have bought these. Look at this. Look at how many's reserved. This is not, it's not like they're not selling. Look, 2 bedrooms, 435,000. Look at this, 446, 425. Unbelievable. And the square footage is on the far right-hand side. Yeah, they're not small. 1,400 square feet. That's pretty big. 1,300. Yeah. But we're talking about, oh, here's the one that you're really going to freak out about. The 3-bedroom. Look at this. Look at the 3-bedroom price. Does anybody see it? Near the bottom of the row? That's not, your eyes aren't deceiving you. $599,000. $600,000 for a 3-bedroom at Poseidonia. It's a condo. It's a condo, at Hard Rock, inside Cana Rock. If you're interested in this, sure, I can sell it. I'm a master broker for them. But the reality of the situation is $600,000 for a 3-bedroom that's 1,800 square feet. You have so many options. So many options that I don't know how we can. Lots of people have bought them, but I don't know how I could consciously tell you, yeah, sure, buy a $600,000, 1,800 square foot condo and live inside the gates near the golf course in Cana Rock at the Hard Rock Hotel, and you have nothing. Or I shouldn't say nothing. What I mean by that is, if you go golfing, you have to pay for it. If you're going to the beach club, you got to have a beach club membership. Annual beach club membership apparently is cheap. You don't get to go use the Hard Rock amenities. You get to go to the casino, nightclub, a couple of places that you can shop or eat, but you're not using the amenities at Hard Rock. So, and the amenities there are limited. It's not like their amenities. You have a pool, you have a fitness center, you have a yoga area, you have a restaurant. Next door is going to be a mall. But again, there's not a lot of extra amenities that if you had friends or family or guests staying there, they're going to kind of be like, okay, nice place, beautiful, gorgeous. But at the same time, now they're going to say, okay, we have 3 of us, 4 of us together. What are we going to do? Go to the beach. And then when they get down to the beach club and they find out, hey, man, it costs you to get in here. What do you mean? I'm staying here in this property. Then you're going to be like, okay, $35 a person. Okay, fine. It's a consumption fee. Then you can go out to the beach and the beach club. Fine. Okay, now we're back. Now what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to go to the nightclub. Great. Let's go to the nightclub or casino. Great. So far, so good. Day 1. We just arrived on Friday. This is promising. Saturday rolls around. and you're waking up and you're like, hey, man, let's go to the restaurant. Which restaurant? There's one that's new now. I can't remember what it's called, Vindin Tito or something like that, that Noval put in place. So now you're going to go down to that restaurant, or you're back at the Kana Bay Beach Club, or you go into a couple restaurants at the Hard Rock. So you go eat again. Now you're finished. Are we going to the beach again today? Or are we going to do what? We're not going to go sit at the pool. So you're going to leave because you're not going to golf. So now we're going to go leave and go check out something else. An excursion, maybe. Okay, fine. But this is what you're going to have to do. So again, if you're going to live there, it may be one thing. If you're going to rent there, that could be another thing. But we're all going to find out how this is going to shake out in the next 3 years. So Leah is going to be there next to Moon Palace, because this is Hard Rock and this Poseidonia is next to Moon Palace. Moon Palace is next to Hyatt. I think it's the Hyatt, right? I can't remember. I think the Hyatt Residences. Is it Hyatt Residences? Is going to be next to Moon Palace. It's going to be high-end atmosphere up there. We're talking about, so Leah also charges these same type prices. The one that's at Moon Palace. Same prices. But I can go to Los Corrales and buy me something for $280K that's a 3-bedroom, 5-bath, penthouse unit, walk to the beach in 5 minutes, walk to La Bruja in 3 to 5 minutes, and be a grocery store 3 to 5 minutes. And you go to the actual beach. It doesn't cost you. Hang out at the beach clubs. Get yourself something to eat or not. But you can be at the beach for free. You don't have to pay. So if you're going to, why are you going to spend that type of money when you have the same amenities right there already in Los Corrales that you can just up and go to anyhow? You won't have the gates. You won't be near the Hard Rock. So these are the reasons why I have a problem, because now as an investor, I'm going to buy something for 1%. So I can't rent a 2-bedroom at Hard Rock right now, maybe 3 years from now, but not right now. I can't rent a 2-bedroom for $330 per night. It's not going to work. I don't even know if there is one there. There is one there, but it's not a 2-bedroom. There's a guy that has he bought two 2-bedrooms and he marketed it as a 4-bedroom. He gets 300 and something per night, but he's like the only one. Even people with 2-bedroom penthouses, they don't get $300 per night. There's nothing. All you have to do is go to Airbnb and look in the area. When you go to Punta Cana, it's north of the little loop, and it's a little up north on the right-hand side. You'll run into it. You'll see a whole bunch of little clusters around a golf course. That's Cocatel first, and the next, in fact, I'll just show you. So we'll just, we'll show you. So when we do things, this is what you're supposed to do, research. So everybody who just bought this blindly because it's Noval, maybe in 5, like I said, maybe in 2 years, they can get 400 a night, 300 per night. Maybe they can. I don't know. I don't think so. Because of this right here, you're going to have to exponentially bring in extra people. What I mean, you have to, let's go to, I'm going to go January 17th to the 24th. We're going to go 6. So that way we guarantee ourselves a 2-bedroom. And let's go. Let's see what we got. This is what you should be doing if you plan on doing short-term rentals. So you can see here, January 17th is supposedly like prime time, right? Look at these nice hefty prices here, $418. 4-bedroom, luxury beachfront space, $418 per night. Interesting. But was that a 4-bedroom? Yeah, that sleeps well more than that. Here goes 3 bedrooms, beach ocean view, $361 per night. This is not in Kana Rock. This is just around Punta Cana, to give you an idea when you have 6 people. I can see here, good news, prices seem to have increased somewhat. But let's go to Los Corrales, El Cortecito. See now, even at the 280 price, you can see, can we get 280 during prime time? Here's Los Corrales, El Cortecito. Here's some things. Well, that's kind of five. Okay, 528 is going to be something different. 3-bedroom, 5 baths, 5 bedrooms. Wait, 3 bedrooms, 5 beds. That's a 2. Oh, this is one of my favorite penthouse units. He's getting, well, asking 528. Let me see what this looks like if it's the one I think it is. Yep. Got the view of the water. Very nice. That's why he can charge this. He's got ocean view. He's 528. Okay, I like that. Why do I like that? Because I'm paying Oh, here goes another one. 3 bedrooms, but see, they got water view, so they can charge this. But let's see what this 270 is. Oh, ocean view again. He's getting 270 a night. Here we go. 214. That's what this guy is asking. 214. Very interesting, if I say so myself. So no, I can't get 280. I can get 214. Do your percentages. But you will notice a theme. Trying to get 10%, 280 per night. There's only a few even over 280 a night. And they all have water views. It just seems. Yeah, they all seem to have water view. So again, if you're looking for a short-term rental, do you really want to buy something at 280 and be able to only charge 220? Don't even have water views. Or like this, 214. So some people would say, hell yeah, Eric, I'll take the 214. Will you? Will you? Because I'm going to do some numbers for you. 214 times 180. That's 50% occupancy. That equals 38,000. And if you have property management, let's just call it 0.25. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to do 0.25, but when you times it by 0.75, that'll give you the balance. That's 28,000. Your HOA, this almost gets you there. Your HOA is $2 a square foot. That's $300. 36. We'll just call it 3,600. I don't know for a fact, but it's around that ballpark, 3,600. All right, so you're down to 25,000, and I'm just using a basic. You guys know that you get 3% less than this number, right? So you're going to have to take off 3%. That's what you actually gross after they take their 3%. So 3% on the 38 is what is that, 900? So I don't think that matters that much. We'll just call it 900. Now, that's 24. So that's $2,000 per month. Okay. So anybody care to wonder what your 280K payment would be if you had to finance it? Is that interesting enough for you? I see I didn't have it on screen. Is that interesting enough for you? So now you have to start thinking, okay, do I really want to deal with about $20,000? Because what I didn't include is some other things that's going to come up. When you don't have it rented, you're still going to have to pay the, electric bill for your refrigerator, unless I don't know why you would turn it off, but you're going to pay something. Water bill, electric bill still has to be paid, whether it's $50, $75, whatever. That's still going to be a monthly thing. Whenever it's not being used, the other 180 days, then what? So you made your money, right? And now you're sitting at around, I'll just call it, just to be fair, $20,000. Victor Marrero is going to know this, and a lot of people that buy real estate and do things in real estate, they generally take 50% to be safe. because generally it costs 50% expense wise. So if you made 38,000, 19,000. So that's why I said just make it 20,000. That'll be in the ballpark. So the question ends up being then, if we do 20,000, and if you get a mortgage, now it's going to be way less. You're not even probably going to be profitable because you're going to have to put down, what is it there? 20%, right? So you're going to have to put down 56,000. Then you're going to get a fixed rate loan for 1 year or 5 years. Let's say they do it that way. Up to 5 years is fixed rate at 8.5%. And you're going to owe like 200,000, a little over. So are you going to take that loan? I don't think so. You know why I know you're not? Because here's your problem. Mortgage calculator, please. 280,000. Here's why you're not going to be able to do this, or shouldn't do it. I'll put it that way. Maybe I should say things a little bit differently. Maybe I should just say you're not going to do it because of this. Because okay, hold on. I'll do something different. I'll do 30 years because they do have 20 year. Wait, I'll do this. 20 years they do have also. They don't have 30 years in the DR. You can't get a loan from the United States for a property in DR. And then you can already see the problem. 8.5. Even if it was fixed for 8.5 for 20 years, look at your problem. 2,400. You already have to make 26,000 to pay this back. And oh, by the way, well, it's not the same as America, but you're going to have to pay $1,000 a year. So roughly another 70, 80 bucks a month because they do 1% tax over 180 now. So if you bought it for that'd be 100,000, 1%, 1,000. Yeah. So 80, 90 bucks. So this would be 2,500. So this is the problem right here. You can't even delve into this area if you are doing a buy and using a loan. So now you need somebody to come up with 280,000 cash in order for this to make sense. And even then, doesn't make sense. Why are you going to go through all this when you could just park it and say, give me JEPI, JEPQ, give me my 9.5 to 10% annually, and give me that dividend because that's a dividend, and just collect $28,000 while you're sleeping? Why are you going to go through all this to get 28 grand or less than 20 grand with the same amount of money? Yes, I know you're borrowing it, but at the same time, if you had the cash, why would you do that? And if you buying it via loan, the numbers aren't going to help you. You can't do it. So this is why there's going to be some homes that are going to be sitting in the DR for sale that's going to be less than pre-construction homes. But pre-construction homes allow you to get in by putting money down while they're building it for 2 to 3 years. I hear you. The problem is that as long as people are still buying, those prices will not come down. Exactly. Hell, one of my neighbors here in Florida just listed their home today for 1.2 million. Jesus Christ. Holy smokes. Are you serious right now? Hey, Victor, I feel for you, man. That's how I used to be in those. I don't know if you live in the upscale luxury neighborhood type, but that's how I felt. I was looking around like, what do you mean you're selling your house for 1 million? 1.2. What do you mean? I did the same thing. And we'd be at the parties that, we have neighborhood like, gatherings, and people would come and they would be a little indignant about it. When you would say, hey man, didn't you bought your house right when I bought my house? It was like 700,000 or something, right? 600,000, right? So are you seriously doing 1.2? You only live here like 4 or 5 years. What are you doing? 6, 7 years, whatever. I was like, what are you doing? And they're just like, oh man, I'll get it. You see how much the other guys are selling their house for up to 2 or 3 blocks over? I'm like, yeah, but it didn't sell yet. That's their asking price. But okay, I don't How does it cost that much? And sure enough, people would come in from the Bay Area because they sold a home that's $2 million. They can avoid some tax situations by buying the house. So here they come, 1.2. Hell, we'll give you 1.3. It's going to the tax man. Not realizing, why do I have a tax bill that says 14,000, a real estate property tax bill that says, I thought it was 12. Now it says 14, because all these guys started buying homes in the neighborhood for that price. Now the property tax prices started going up. Crazy. Yeah. And Victor Morel, when it sells, you're up next on the clock, because now the assessor is going to go, hey, you know, homes cost another $100,000. That's another $1,000 per year that you're going to have to pay in property taxes. You're like, hold on, guys, slow down. You're killing me, my fellow homeowners, fellow buyers. Slow your roll. You're supposed to buy in a good market, not when everything's sky high. By the way, I made this video earlier today, and we're talking real estate, but the truth of the matter is, there will be another 2007, 2008, 2009 with regard to corporations and banks lending practices. There will be an implosion with the mortgage situation. There will be an implosion. Just keep that in mind. So don't get overzealous when the interest rate comes into your range where you can buy, and then you're just going to buy overpriced homes. Because there will be, in every market, there will be thousands of homes that will be available in a few years, or maybe even sooner, where these guys are in foreclosure, and there's going to be a number of them. All right. So keep all those in mind. All right. 1.2 mil. Yeah. I feel for you, Victor Marrero. Like I say, those special, I don't know about you, but in Cali, they come with special assessments for tax, because all of a sudden during the years, for whatever reason, tax increase. They're good for that. So some people would say, yeah, that's 1.3, 1.4%. Yeah, if your house is appraised at 900,000, you're going to be paying 12,000 a year, 10,000 a year in Cali, where I used to live. That's what it would be. Taxes, 1,000 per month in taxes. Never mind a 3,000 per month mortgage note. Come on. This is crazy. Insurance was real low, though. That's the thing. She bought a condo for, I don't know what the price was, but she was like, yeah, the insurance guy came back and they said it was going to be like $2,400, $2,800, $3,000 for my insurance for the year. And so she knows what my insurance was for my house. And she's like, your house 3-4 times as big as mine. You're paid less than that. I said, I know. I said, that's the whole problem. I said, that was one of the problems that was coming. That's not, it doesn't cost $1,200 anymore. It was $1,200 for a house that's like over 4,000 square feet in an upscale neighborhood. And now my daughter lives in a 2-bedroom condo, and she has to pay damn near 2.5 times what I was paying for. And her house is like a third of the size. And she's like, what the hell? I said, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's coming. The middle class is wiped out. Upper middle class about to get wiped out. And so she's the one that's doing the SSN Nation plan. What is she doing? Stocks, real estate, business, and job. Skills in all 4 phases. Stacking stuff away in the equities market, which is stocks, dividend funds, regular ETFs, all kind of different, dumping it in. Because in another 5 to 10 years, when the stock market blows up another 20 to 30%, she's already in. She's been in. So for her, it's going to be an extra 50, 100, 150, 200% return. for everybody right now, you're still going to have a 50 to 100 maybe or more percent return. She's already been in. So she's got the SSN Nation program on full effect. So I don't have nothing to worry about at all. Zero. She's locked, loaded. All right. Now we have 3. Not all 3 are locked and loaded because not everybody wants to do what takes time to do. Right. Okay. So Victor Morel says the same thing. I did read this, but 1.2 mil in Marrero, that's in Florida of all places. Wow. Wow. Well, all I can say is that will happen. Clearly, Victor Morel lives in the upscale neighborhood. And I tell everybody, if you do real estate, upscale luxury, upscale home, semi-custom, all that matters. Those homes appreciate faster, and he's going to find a buyer. You know why? Upscale luxury breeds upscale luxury clientele. You're going to have the buyer that's making the 500,000, the 250,000s, 300,000, 400 and up. They're the guys that can say, okay, I'll get it. I want to live in that neighborhood, that type of location. It's much different than a $300,000 type home generally. It's usually not upscale luxury. So the $300,000 home, it might go up. Yeah, like, what is it? 400, 500,000. But a luxury upscale, you can get a home for 7. It'll be worth 1 million, 1.2 in our market time, in our lifetime, in less than 10 years. So probably 5 to 7, quite frankly, the way things pop off right now because of the Federal Reserve. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. If anybody has anything else that they want to discuss right now, let it be known in the chat room. Let me see what else is happening on Instagram. We got Miami lit. Thank you so much for being in the house. I appreciate it. At Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. I used to be in X until X started blocking unless you buy into their monthly payment plan. I don't care if it's $8 or 10 or 15. It's against the rules. So not going to be live streaming there because I'm blocked unless I pay them something monthly. I'm like, well, that's what I have podcasts for. I mean, come on. Facebook also has a thing with StreamYard that's being blocked right now too. So that's why I'm not on the Facebook groups. We can't stream to that anymore. Can't stream to the Facebook page either. So now I'm going to have to start looking for another place that we're going to stream. I'm going to start streaming to some other places because the YouTube gods, social media gods, they're not showing us a lot of love because we're giving you strategy that you can use tomorrow, right? Strategies you can start today. That's the beauty of being here in the SSN Nation. All right. Check. And I'm going to let this go for tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. I love you guys very much. And oh, by the way, our own Professor Auntie Val is working hard with her and her family. They started Beachfront Java. So we got to show some love for Beachfront Java, right? In fact, you know what? I haven't even been to Beachfront Java. I haven't even made an order myself in like 5 or 6 months. So you know what that means. Well, I don't really drink coffee. I just show some love, trying to help her out. I will drink coffee, but I like coffee with hot chocolate, just so everybody knows. So here, let's go choose your blend. These are premium blend beans, fine ground coffee, drip ground coffee, and Keurig. Look at this. Look at this. Cocoa nut. Oh, this is different. If you like Nutella, which I do not, freshly roasted, specialty grade, $21.95. Go check it out. Beachfrontjava.com. If you order anything, make sure you use SSN Lifestyle, all caps. Why? After your first order, then any next order, you get a discount. So, of course, we always have ways to rig the system. So what you're supposed to do is you order one that you like. Then after you put in your SSN Lifestyle and you say, damn, there's a lot of these that I like. I like the Campfire Brew. That's mine. Why? Do you see what's in there? dark roasted coffee, notes of cocoa and caramel, because I like to mix chocolate and coffee together. Oh, but look what she's done now. Oh, she's did it now. Look at this chocolate flavored coffee that warms your soul. The Cafe con Chocolate Mexicano. That wasn't there before. This is a new blend. I'm going to have to order it. These come in Ziploc bags, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let's go see what I'm going to be ordering here shortly. See, 12 ounces whole bean. 1 pound, $27.95. 12 ounces, $21.95. And there's even shop pay. You can make payments. That's interesting. 2 pounds, $50. 5 pounds, $83. Drip ground, or if the price is the same, fine ground. Looks like it. So no matter what you get, and Keurig. Let's see, no Keurig for this one. So when you order, put in, we have another new one. Oh, this is like specialty blends, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. You like cinnamon, you like caramel, you like cold brew with toffee, chocolate with floral notes. It's almost like a wine, right? You like salted caramel, silky, sweet, and citrus. That'd be island time. A lot of people like island time. Look, French vanilla now, hazelnut. This is awesome. Mama's morning blend, jazz on the beach, notes of dark chocolate, molasses, and brown sugar. Oh, I might have to order that too. Melting pot, American espresso, fine ground. But if you like Keurig, some of the pecan pie, look at all this. She done went berserk over here, ladies and gentlemen. Vanilla nut as well. That is awesome. Go over and show some love for our own Professor Auntie Val and family. And it's not on the screen. So you guys didn't even see it. Okay, so I'll have to go again. Cinnamon Crisp, Caramel Kiss, Campfire Brew. Here's my Delicioso Chocolate Mexicana. This is the one I'm referring to. This is different. This is new because I like hot chocolate and coffee. That's how I usually mix. I'll drink coffee every now and then by itself, but I usually like it to have chocolate in it. So thank you, Professor Auntie Val. This will be my go-to order from now on. So I'll be ordering that up sometime in the week. Probably in about 2 weeks, I'll order some. Still too hot out here. But nonetheless, discount. Free shipping in the United States, by the way. So order up, show some love, use promo code SSN Lifestyle, all one word, all caps. That should do it. And we'll call it a night. I love you guys, like I said before. I thank you so much for your support over all these years. Just heed my warning, please. I was correct about the 5 years when I said you're going to be, middle class is going to be wiped out. The numbers came in. 70% of our United States citizens are living paycheck to paycheck. That includes the middle class. You're wiped. Now, next is upper middle class, but you don't have 5 years. You only have 3. And at the end of 3, you're going to find us within 80 to 85% of the population living paycheck to paycheck. That's where it's going to settle at. And the top 15% who have disposable income will be the wealthy, and they'll be wiping the floor, buying all of the assets that give us money, right? Assets give you money. Assets make you money. Asset is not when you buy something, like I have some Palmolive sitting here. This right here is a liability. So I buy it and it sits there. It gives me no money back. That is a liability. I put something today in the video I made, corporations versus United States citizens. I'm going to show you something that I thought was very, very significant. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me see if I can find it, first of all. I want you guys to see something that I find extremely bothersome. Let's see here. When we say what is an asset, this is what the world tells you is an asset, right? And you believe them. You're like, I get a home. Yes, I understand a home goes up, but you're actually paying for it. All right. It's not like it goes up without you paying for it. All right. So, oh, this is not what happened. This is not what I wanted. Or is it? Hold on a second. Let me see if this is it. No, it's not. Oh, this is what I want. Okay. It's a little bit different on the other page. Check this out. In case you missed the video I dropped earlier today. Notice from the insurance company. Keep in mind who you're getting this information from that pops up on Google. An insurance company says an asset is anything you own that adds financial value as opposed to a liability, which is money you owe. And then right after that, as I made an example of in my video earlier, and then they say examples of personal assets include, and I couldn't believe what they said. They said your home. Now I'm sitting there like, didn't they just say this? Anything you own that adds financial value, meaning money that comes in my pocket? Then they put an asset as a home. A home doesn't make money for me if it's just sitting there. I either have to, if I live in it, that's a liability. If I rent it, that makes money for me. But it's unlike dividend stocks that I know if I buy YieldMax ETF stocks, I know I'm going to get 10% to 70%, depending on which of the YieldMax ETF funds I buy. This is crazy. So then they also say other properties, such as the correct rental house or commercial property, those are assets. But you're not going to live in a commercial, and you're not going to live in your own rental house. So if you have a mortgage and you live in the house, that's a liability. But because it's an insurance company, they make it act like, yeah, man, owning your house, it's high value. Get our insurance that we're going to jack you right now for. And if you file a claim, you will not have insurance with us again. And we may not even pay for your claim to get everything fixed. So then down below, this isn't even the right one. They don't even have it. Okay, so on my other one, it has people also ask. Let's see, people also ask. That's not here. So what I'll do is, well, I'll just read it to you. So in the other one, U.S. News and Money, listen to what their first sentence says. It says, your home, particularly a primary residence, is one asset some say you should exclude, like we do here in the SSN Nation, because we're real in the field. If you live in your home and you pay for that, that is a liability. Just like USN News says, because now they have no vested interest to lie to you and tell you it's an asset. Because as soon as you get insurance for that house, that's a liability number. You're paying for extra money. So just keep all that in mind, all right? So we'll come back on Monday. We'll see how the stock market reacts, how everything happens over this weekend. It's going to be very interesting. You guys should love life over the next 3 years. There's going to be a bull run in markets that you didn't see coming. Some people will say Bitcoin. Okay, I could believe it. Traditionally, Bitcoin keeps rising. Ether keeps rising. A little bit of that, but again, it's not an asset to me because once I put that money into crypto, I don't get nothing back in return unless I sell it. And even then, that's not an asset. I need money coming in. It costs more money to live every day. Book it. It's a capitalist system. Nobody can stop it. Corporations always have to show a profit to their shareholders. So therefore, prices have to go up. It's not like you can stop it. All right? Stop thinking somebody's going to go, hey, man, in a capitalist system, you're not going to charge more than what you want. That's not a thing. No president can do that. And if you do that, then that means you live in a different type of country. That means you're going to be in like a communist system, Chinese system, because that means you're going to tell the state or the government's going to tell you, hey, man, that beachfront Java, people can't afford it. It has to be $10. Yeah, but they can't afford it because you make companies not be able to pay people more than a set amount because you won't let us charge more. I mean, it's like a catch-22. We can't increase wages because you're telling us we can't sell for more money. So that's a catch-22. So a free system means, okay, sell for whatever you want, pay your employees whatever you want. The open market will determine if that price makes it sellable. Because remember, it's all based on, can people buy it? How many people out here should be buying $100,000 cars? And they're not even luxury. They're not even exotics. I know. Who knew? A freaking truck, 100,000. That's just crazy. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. That's my spiel for tonight. And I thank you all again for being here. I love you guys very much for your support, as I've already mentioned. But make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell so you get the notifications. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we have to have these heart-to-heart talks. That's why we have to have that Mr. Real here for you. There's no time to be messing around right now. You got 3 years from this time. If you have 0, you need to somehow figure out how you're going to get that to 100, 150 legally. All right. That's all I'm going to say, legally, because there's so many people that's looking for help that you can do damage, meaning selling courses, knowing full well that nobody finishes the course. Not nobody, but a large percentage of the people don't go through. Soon as you tell somebody, just like right here, right now, I used to do things like 3 years ago, 4 years ago on here. And I would say we would do a contest. And I would say you would have to do 1, 2, and 3 in order to be in the contest. Yeah, like giving away like 10 ounces of silver, like giving away like some gear or something, all kind of stuff. You know how many people out of thousands of people would jump through all 3 hoops to even get in the contest? It would be single digits. So when people are out here thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to go buy one of these courses for $2 grand, $5 grand, $3 grand. They upsell me. I spend 10,000. Oh, I want to be with the big boys and their summit meeting and it costs 20 grand. Do you understand? You just gave out $20,000, $30,000. If you start going up this rung, 50,000, 75,000, and the next thing you know, you could have started a business all this time instead of all this chit chat. Instead of all this smoke and mirrors nonsense. You are the customer for them. You're not the customer for yourself. You're the customer for them. You could have invested all that money in something you wanted to do or part of it. Hell, you could have learned by fire. If that's the case, if you're going to keep throwing money away like that, you can't do that anymore now. People want the easy road. You can study on the internet. You can study in books. You can go to the library. You can study. You don't have to give. That money should be sitting somewhere that's earning you a return with a chance to increase in value. That's what you should be concentrating on. I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for being here once again. Thank you. And I'm sorry again for being late. Thank you so much for waiting and being around, watching this video, but smash the like buttons down below. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here. A lot of people under stress and duress. As soon as it's up at 80%, which will be next year, living paycheck to paycheck for the full month, it's going to be 80% next year. Things are going to get rougher for those who did not plan or prepare. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.